I read the book How Children Succeed by Paul Tough. I'm going to start out with an overview of the book. It is a journalistic review of the most recent research connecting success in adulthood with character development in childhood. These programs take low-achieving students and use character to motivate them into becoming high-performing students. Most schools' curriculum measures future success for the students and are based on cognitive indicators. These include math ability, language arts skills, and critical thinking. These are significant factors for future success, but if they don't have the low non-cognitive indicators scores as well, then it's harder for them to succeed. The non-cognitive indicators are conscientious, and grit, are also known as character traits. There are middle school and high schools programs such as Knowledge and Power Program, also known as KIP, and the Youth Advocate Program, which is the acronym of YAP. These schools encourage the students to improve their cognitive skills to prepare for college and improve their character traits so they can cope with rejection and try again after failure. Children in these environments receive training in thinking about the way they think, so they can recognize self-destructive thinking and counteract it. I chose 3 important people to refer to, and these people made a significant impact in the book. The first person I chose was Elizabeth Spiegel. She is the chess coach at an intermediate school 318 in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Her approach to teaching is stern, and she works to build not just the students' chess ability, but also their character. James Black Jr. is one of the 3 youngest African-American chess masters in the United States of America. His coach was Elizabeth Spiegel, and she worked with him to build better academics before he entered high school. The last person I chose was Jeff Nelson, and he is the Chief Executive Officer of One Goal. And this is a program designed to increase low-income high school students' chances of being admitted to succeeding in college. I chose 5 important main points from the book, How Children to Succeed, to help me summarize it. The first one I chose was the recent research shows successful programs have revealed the role of character in success. Any student trying to get into college will be required to take at least one standardized test to measure their readiness for college. Students take these tests in elementary school all the way up until high school. One problem with these tests is that students base how smart they are on the score that they get on these tests. Little do they know that these tests do not measure their intelligence accurately. The score the student gets can be influenced by what is going on and what is motivating that child on that day that they are taking the test. The second main point that I chose was a high number of adverse childhood events someone experienced is directly linked to the low achievement students. What a child experiences in their life and in their home environment can impact the way a child performs in and out of the classroom. Children who grow up in a stressful environment such as violence, family issues, or living in poverty are likely not to go to college. These students have to find motivation to go to school and get their homework done on time and to go to college all on their own. The third main point that I chose was that children development can often highlight conformity and toxicity. Character development is a major part in a child's success in the classroom and their future outside of life outside the classroom. The character development can go one of 2 ways. It can be good for creating competent workers, but it also can be good for creating a complainant worker. It may also encourage shallow obedience and rule-breaking behaviors. The fourth one that I chose to talk about was getting a low-achieving middle school student or a high school student into college and security for their future. They have to learn to believe in the possibility of a distant reward. So children in low-performing schools have to be able to look past the hardships in their life and be able to overcome them and look at the bigger picture for their future. They have to be able to focus on it rather than look at what happened in their past and use what happened in their past and their everyday struggles as motivation to get out of the situation that they're in. The fifth point I decided to talk about was when a teacher motivates a low-performing student, it can close the gap between them and an average-performing student. Low-achieving children don't always have a support system at home. They are left to motivate themselves some of the time. The teacher is a great tool for motivating a student and encouraging them to do better and achieve more. With the encouragement of the student with the encouragement given by the teacher, it will close the gap between a low-performing student and an average student. My overall review of the book is I thought this book was well written and had a good research to back up. It had good research to back up the initial research question. I learned that as a teacher, you are not just a teacher for some students. You are a motivator, a support system, and a teacher all combined into one. I also learned that you have to be willing to tell students when they are wrong. The chess coach, Elizabeth Spiegel, was very strict on her team and held them accountable for the mistakes that they made during the chess tournament. Overall, it made them a better chess player and built their character as well. I highly recommend this book for anyone that is hoping to teach in the inner city just like me. It showed me the type of teacher I am going to need to be in order to help children succeed to their highest potential.